All right, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can anybody hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Well, all right, guys, let's go. Let's start cooking. We've got today. I want to show you how to make crawfish mac and cheese. So I was invited to participate in this year's cocktail conference, and my dish is going to be the crawfish mac and cheese. So I wanted to show you how to make it. First, we're going to need to start by introducing some of the ingredients, right? We've got macaroni. I've got celery. I've got parsley. I've got two kinds. We've got the curly leaf parsley, and I've got Italian flat leaf parsley. And then you've always got the Trinity, right? So you've got celery, bell pepper, and onions. Let me go grab an onion. Whoops. But I got these little peppers. That way we have the whole rainbow, right? Red, orange, yellow, and green. Let me go grab that onion real quick. And so one of the first things we want to do is we want to get our water boiling. I've got a pot over here with water boiling. And you always want to salt your water. So I've got some salt here. Let's go ahead and we'll get some of that in there. We'll get that water salted. Since I'm doing a small batch, I'm going to do about half of this bag. And the directions say to cook it for 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to set a timer. That water was boiling pretty well. So I'm just going to go with 10 minutes, okay? Go with 10 minutes. Get that guy stirred up. Looks like we did lose a little bit of heat. But it'll come back up pretty quick. All right, so we've got our vegetables. Then I've got some crawfish. This is crawfish tail meat. You can buy it frozen. It's already been cooked and peeled. Then we've got heavy cream. We've got milk. We've got some butter. Some flour. We'll make a little roux. And then we've got our cheeses. We've got a little garlic. I'm using this one just because it's going to be easier. If you have a garlic press at home, use one of those. I've got some Cajun redfish seasoning, and I've got some Slap Ya Mama Cajun spice. So those are our ingredients, and now we're just going to start prepping through and get that prepared for us to use. First thing I'm going to want to do is the herbs. We've got the flat leaf parsley here, and I'm going to kind of bunch it up. And then we're going to, I really want to chop this kind of fine because I'm going to use it as a garnish, primarily as a garnish. Can y'all see what I did wrong already? I didn't put a towel underneath the cutting board, so it's sliding all over the place. Best case is to put a wet towel under there. I have this one. I don't know if it'll help too much. So we're going to mince that, okay? Chop through it. Chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. And I chose both of these. To typically because the curly has more chlorophyll, and I think that the Italian flat leaf has a better taste. All right, so we'll grab that. How's everybody doing today? I wish I could join y'all on the chat. I really appreciate you stopping in and checking it out. Been working pretty hard on the Chef's Backyard stuff. Got some great things in the works. Going to be working more with the co-op. Going to be working more with Momentum Grills. Going to be working some more with Impava. So lots of good stuff coming out with our Chef's Backyard channel. That's my channel. I started it a while back, and I started it because I wanted to kind of share all of this cooking stuff with you all. I've been cooking for, like I said, about 25 years, and that's a lot of knowledge. So I didn't want to lose it. I wanted to kind of pass a little legacy for my kids. That way, you know, maybe they can pick something up along the way. But definitely wanted to share it with you, my viewers, right? Let's check in on that pasta. We just started it a couple of minutes ago. We're at a full boil. All right, I like it a lot. Okay, so we've chopped up our herbs. Now, peppers. You guys know how to clean those peppers? There's a couple of easy ways. Easiest is just to cut straight down like that. Bam. Bam. And then you also want to remove that pith right there, that white stuff, because that gets kind of bitter. If you remove that, now you've got the tastiest part of the pepper. And we'll just mince that up. So just like anything else, whenever you're going to dice it, you want to cut it into strips. And however thick or thin your strips are, kind of determines the mouthfeel and the amount of flavor. If you really want to get a lot of flavor out of it, cut it into tiny small pieces, because you'll expose more of the cell walls, and you'll just get more flavor out of it. Then you turn it 90 degrees and then slice through it again. And that helps you to dice it up. That's how we make French fries. Just a great vegetable prep technique. Got the green bell pepper. Now we're going to cut up these other little ones. These usually just cut in half. Get the seeds out. There's not a whole lot of seed or veins going on in those. But you always want to clean your board off, because your knife can hit one of those seeds and skip. And that's a good way to cut yourself. I know I've done it plenty of times. So, you know, just cut through those guys like that. Now we're going to use some of these as a garnish, and we're going to use some of them in the dish. So some of it will get cooked and some of it will stay raw and crunchy. And that'll be on purpose. But in Cajun cooking, there is the Trinity. And it is celery, bell pepper, and onion. And it's kind of the base of a lot of the dishes. It's the vegetables that probably grow most prevalently in that area. Just like here, I'm in South Texas. And we use a lot of peppers and tomatoes, a lot of spicy peppers, a lot of tomatoes. You know, that's a lot of the local flavor of the dishes that we make, that we enjoy. And it's kind of based on what grows in that area. So things that were easy to grow became popular, and the cooks and the chefs incorporated that into the dishes for that region because they were in abundance, right? Now we also have crawfish in this dish, and that one, you know, there's a definite crawfish season. I want to say it's like starts in March, either late February or early March, and runs through the end of the summer. And that just gives the crawfish a chance to catch up and make more crawfish so we can continue to enjoy them. Because if we fish them all out, then we won't be able to enjoy them, right? So thanks to the smart people that realize that we need to preserve some of these crops, including the crawfish, so that we can keep them around for years to come. All right, so now we're on to the celery. Can dice those little bits up. And I'm going for a pretty small dice here. Like, I want to cut it into small pieces. Partially because I'm using it as a garnish, but also because, yeah, using it as a garnish. And then we just got to cut up the onion and we'll be ready to go. Okay. Set that over here. Set that over here. These celery leaves are good to use also. They're kind of use them like an herb. And we'll get this onion going. We'll dice that guy up. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. Let's check that pasta. One of the ways that you can check your pasta without either throwing it against the wall or having to taste it is to cut through it and then take a look on the inside of that pasta. And if you can see any white, then you know that you still have to cook it a little bit longer. We're almost ready with that pasta. I'm gonna let it go just a minute longer. Sorry guys, I didn't realize that I blocked it off with the milk. All right, so here we've got our trinity. We got our celery, our onion, and our bell pepper. We'll give that a mix. Very similar to mirepoix, just a little bit different. in the ingredients. All right, let's clean up our surface. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring another cooked surface over, and we'll start making the mac and cheese, okay? All right, so I've got another cooktop. And I've got a pan. This guy's pretty big, okay? And we'll get a little heat going in there. Let me get some butter. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a roux, okay? I'm going to do about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. We'll put that in there. I'm going to go check the camera. I want to make sure that you can see in there. Let me bring it over a little bit. And we'll give you a little more of a top-down view. There we go. How's that, guys? You like it? All right, so we can see our butter is melting. Now you want to go equal parts fat, equal parts flour, right? And I'm just going to use a fork. You can use a whisk, but we're just going to mix that up. Watch your heat, okay? You don't want to get this too hot, because you don't want it to burn, but you need to cook it a little bit, right? So right now I could go a little bit tighter with the flour. Let's see, just a little bit. All right, there we go. And now it's coming together. It's kind of going to be a silkier kind of roux. Now I don't want to make a dark roux. I'm not making gumbo, but I do want this to cook for a minute, okay? And we're just gonna kind of cooking the dryness out of the flour. I don't know how else to explain it. If you don't cook out your flour, you can taste it. All right, we're getting a little bit of golden brown into this roux. And I like that. That is looking pretty fantastic. Now, like I said, we're going to cook some of this. So I think now is a good time to go ahead and add in some of that Trinity. And I'm going to pull my noodles up. They have been cooked enough. We'll just set them aside over there. All right, so we've got a little bit of those veggies in there. We're going to get a little bit of this Cajun seasoning, just a sprinkle. We'll start releasing some of that. Salt will start pulling some of the water out. And then we're going to add a little bit of garlic. Now I'm going to add my milk. And my cream. Okay. And then now we're going to start building our cheese sauce, okay? But I'll wait for this to kind of come up to temperature. If you're just joining me, thanks for stopping by. We are making crawfish mac and cheese. All right, I see some activity in the pan. We're going to add our pasteurized processed cheese. You might know it as Velveeta or Easy Melt. But this kind of adds a creaminess to your cheese sauce for sure. Silky smoothness. And I can see this, the milk in here starting to thicken up. With a roux, it will only thicken up once it boils. And we're looking for a nappe type of consistency. That means that you can coat the back of the spoon, especially since we're doing a cheese sauce. This is going to be decadent. And that's how I wrote the recipe, to be decadent. So that processed cheese is breaking down. I'm going to add in some jack cheese, Colby Jack. You can do pepper jack if you want to make it a little spicier. And then I've got some cheddar in here. Cheddar and Colby Jack in there. And now we've got some boiling going on. Keep it all moving. Should be able to see that cheese pool start to happen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's going to be amazing, guys. So now just be careful with your heat. We'll get some of this crawfish in there. These are crawfish tails. Put those guys in there. Let them heat through. All right, we're done. All of the cheese is melted. Your pasta's cooked. You got enough sauce in there to dress up all of that pasta. Oh man. All right, let's get our garnishes going. All right, so let's get a bowl. Get our mac and cheese in there. Now we scoot that out of the way. That's why I designed this surface this way, so that way we can do a bunch of different things, right? So we've got our mac and cheese there. Let's get some more cheese on top. Make sure we have both of those cheese blends in there. Now let's get our culinary torch. And I want to melt that cheese. You can throw it in the oven. Like if you're making a big pan of it, now's a good time to throw it in the oven. That way you can broil it, melt it a little bit, right? Because nobody wants that uncooked cheese on there, right? But we love it whenever that cheese gets nice and toasted. Oh, there it goes. It's starting to pick up that heat. Oh, yeah. There we go. Crawfish mac and cheese. There's a lot of different ways that you can make your cheese sauce, okay? You can do it, start with a bechamel, and then add in your cheeses. You can do it with just milk and the easy melt kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you know, I like a little bit of a mix of both of those. I think that together they taste fantastic. See how it's getting a little bit toasty there? Oh man, that's pretty awesome. Really need to get that middle part melted, and then I'll be happy. So I think everything else is kind of melted down. You got some good color going on in there. Now let's go ahead and dress it up, okay? We're gonna do a little bit of that mirepoix, okay? The Holy Trinity, I'm sorry, Cajun Trinity. We'll do a dash of the Slap Your Mama. And we'll do some of that parsley. Some of both of the parsleys, right? We did both of the parsleys. There you go, guys. Crawfish, mac, and cheese. Let's taste it. I'm going to taste it from the big bowl. Oh, man. That's like too big of a bite, but that's okay. Let's see. Look at that. You guys are going to love this dish. It is fantastic. Super decadent on the mac and cheese side. Then you've got the crawfish. A little bit of crunch from the vegetables. And, you know, fresh herbs. That is fantastic. A little Cajun spice. Woo! That's one to write home and tell Mama about right there. I'll tell you what. Well, I really appreciate you guys stopping by and visiting me here at the Chef's Backyard. I look forward to bringing you more great recipes. If you've liked this, share it with your friends. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Follow me on social media at Chef's Backyard. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. It's all at Chef's Backyard. We'll see you soon. Thanks for stopping by at the Chef's Backyard. Hey, LW, thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much. Now I can see your comments. Anybody else there in the... Let's see if I can turn this guy around. There we go. All right, there we go. So, I really appreciate you guys. Hey! I really appreciate you guys stopping by and checking it out. Stopping by to cook with me today. We got that crawfish mac and cheese. Man, I made a big old pan of it too. That's gonna be good. So I'm doing it for cocktail conference tomorrow, and we'll show up and serve that. It should be fun. We'll see you soon. Thank you all for stopping by.